States. As of this morning, we have over 328 deliveries happening, plus, everywhere. So all 50 states, whether there's a few that we won't get them except for DC, but all 50 states letters will be delivered. And like I said, I know many of you are here every Friday, so I wanted to thank you for including us on this Friday. And I wanted to take this moment, so if you haven't read the letter, we are circulating it. It is written by lawyer moms, but we encourage everyone to sign it. It's available virtually, but we also have paper, so you can sign it before we head into the office to deliver it. And I'm just going to take the opportunity to read it to you all now. And this is an open letter to all members of Congress. We are Lawyer Moms of America, representing more than 15,000 lawyer moms and our allies across the country. We formed this group because we cannot abide the horror of migrant children being forcibly removed from their parents by the Department of Justice. We were called to action as citizens and as parents. We are lawyers who have sworn to defend the Constitution. We are intentionally nonpartisan. On June 19th, Lawyer Moms of America released an initial open letter to members of Congress calling for an end to the abhorrent practice of forcibly separating migrant children from their parents. On June 20th, President Trump signed an executive order purporting to end family separation, a policy he previously claimed to have no authority to address. We are not fooled by the executive order. It inexplicably ignores the plight of more than 2,300 migrant children who remain separated from their families. It makes no plan to reunite them with their parents. It is well established that both immigrants and U.S. citizens have constitutional due process rights, including the right to family integrity. The interest of parents in the care, custody, and control of their children is one of the Constitution's fundamental liberty interests. The continued separation of these families is an egregious violation of procedural due process, substantive due process, and federal asylum law. It is arbitrary and capricious in violation of federal law. It must be remedied by immediate reunification. What's more, the executive order cruelly replaces family separation with family detention. The President asks us to accept these as our only options. This is a false choice. The crux of the problem is the administration's heartless zero-tolerance policy, which directs prosecution and detention of migrant asylum seekers even where the misdemeanor offense of improper entry is the only applicable violation of our law. The family separation versus family detention conundrum has emerged solely because the administration's insistence on jailing asylum seekers awaiting hearing on misdemeanor charges. The executive order doubled down on zero tolerance, but settled nothing. Administration officials have offered inconsistent statements since the president signed it, and as Trump toys with this question, the basic human rights of migrant families hang in the balance. While immigration law and policy are complex, some issues are simple as matters of basic humanity. Each day separated from their families and or held in captivity will do lasting harm to each and every one of these children. Our government has taken custody of these children, so we are a U.S. citizen now held responsibility for their care and well-being. They must not be held hostage while we debate comprehensive immigration reform. Congress should act now to end this crisis by passing legislation which requires the Department of Health and Human Services to make immediate, ceaseless, and exhaustive efforts to reunite each and every one of the more than 2,345 children who have been separated from their parents. In the absolute last resort, if no family can be located using every means possible, directs these children be placed in safe, well-documented situations that are not institutions. They should not be considered candidates for adoption in the United States. Reunification must always remain the ultimate goal. 3. Stop the Department of Justice's cruel and ineffective policy of detaining migrant asylum seekers for the petty offense of improper entry, which leads to the separation and detention of migrant children. 4. Ensures that migrant families remain together outside of federal detention and institutions pending proceedings on their asylum claims. You must act immediately. As lawyer moms and allies, as parents, as Americans, as humans, we take the responsibility of the care of these children as seriously as if they were our own. We implore you to act as if your child, who has been torn from your care by a foreign government, do everything you would wish would be done to return your child to you. Make sure no families are ripped apart or held in de facto internment camps. Pass legislation which provides for family unity, safe conditions, and humane treatments for migrant families seeking asylum in accordance with the U.S. and international law. We will not rest until every single child is reunited with their family. Sincerely, the Lawyer Moms of America. And we'd also like to add, among others, that Action Together New Jersey and Wind of the Spirit are also co-signers to this letter.